What's up, guys? Special episode. Quick preview of the big national championship. We have Baylor, Gonzaga. Crazy end of the game last night. Guys, what are your thoughts? Who's going to win tomorrow?
It's what I've been saying this whole time. Jalen Suggs is going to be the most dynamic player in the tournament. And now you see that this will live on highlight reels until, I don't know, like 10 years from now, and probably still be on those highlight reels then anyways. But yeah, bracket basically solidified. I am the champion. Jalen Suggs is also the champion.
That was crazy.
And who knows what's gonna happen? It's honestly, it was scary enough to make me hedge my bets, but I still see Gonzaga pulling this out. You know, it's the perfect season. It's too good to not happen. They're not the bad guys, so they deserve this. It's not like they're the Patriots and they're like in the Super Bowl and they lose it because like everyone fucking hates them. It's because they're Gonzaga. Everyone loves them. Jalen Suggs is the boy. They gotta get it done. It's the story's already been written. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, like I agree with that. Like, they're set up to win this game, but how crazy would it be if like they just get stunned? Like Baylor just puts on a whooping. Like, I would be there for that. I think that'd be pretty exciting. And personally, I think that Baylor, like, they have the firepower to do it. And I've been saying, like, I said this before they played UCLA. Like, they have not seen a top tier team in months because, like we said, they've played Kansas, Virginia, all of those guys, but that was months ago. That was at the beginning of the season. Like, I just think that they're gonna be riding high after that shot, and I think that like the front court of Baylor, like I think that they can put some pressure on Gonzaga and make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, I think there will be a hangover effect for sure. I still see Gonzaga ending up winning the tournament, but don't sleep on Baylor. I think it's gonna be a very close game because Gonzaga like went 130% yesterday, and the Baylor literally steamrolled Houston. They won by 21. They put their bench guys in. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but to see Gonzaga literally like almost lose to 11th seed UCLA, like I'm a little scared, but I still see them beating Baylor because they are the better team.
I kind of feel that, but at the same time, I think that's a little unfair because a big topic of discussion for us last week was how we were questioning if this Gonzaga team could close games because they're winning everything and like by such a large margin, and like if they face adversity, how will they respond? And they showed us that they will respond in spectacular fashion. So that game, I don't think dampens my excitement for Gonzaga in any way, but I think it more so solidifies Suggs' star power, leadership on the team, and the energy that they have with this campaign. It's literally like the perfect season, the perfect shot to send them to the national championship. It's a crazy story, and honestly, a close game like that does not make me think that they are any less likely to win. However, that doesn't mean that I think that they're just going to steamroll Baylor. I think a lot of what you guys are saying is very valid, but at the end of the day, I just think that the firepower in Gonzaga is gonna have them win the day, and Gonzaga is gonna take home the national championship to Washington.
I totally agree. I think everything you said there was pretty spot on. I mean, also puts into question like how good was UCLA? You know, like they're 11 seed obviously, but like it makes me think like they were like, to put up that fight with Gonzaga. They could have done that probably with any team in the tournament if they could do it with Gonzaga. So I just want to go out and say, like, give UCLA the credit where it's due. But, yeah, honestly,
Johnny Juzang, who's, what's his name? Is it?
That guy's raw. That guy's pretty raw.
Is that the guy number 11?
Those three. He's, like, kind of tall.
I think it's number 4 on UCLA.
He played fantastic. Very impressive. Very impressive for him.
I thought they were going to win, man.
He scored, I remember, like, when they played, who did UCLA beat? Michigan, right?
Alabama?
Alabama.
Michigan.
No, it was Bama.
No, UCLA.
Oh, and Michigan.
No, UCLA beat Michigan.
No, it was Michigan. I lost money on that game. It was Michigan.
They beat Michigan, and that guy, like, in the beginning, there was, like, 14 points scored or something like that, and he had, like, 12 of their 14. Like, he was a scoring machine. But, I mean, we're going to wrap this up pretty soon, so I want to ask around, like, final score predictions, winning team, couple thoughts, go around. I'll start off, and I want to comment on this because I'm never going to do this ever again. Put this in my bracket, like, that I put like the final score prediction, like 60 something to 60 something. That is so stupid because Gonzaga literally put up like 90 last night. I feel like it's gonna be like a high.
Oh, it
scoring
did go to
game.
overtime.
Yeah,
You
but
have
it
to
still would
realize
have
that.
been. It still wouldn't have been close to 60. So I would say it's gonna probably be around like a 75 to 71 win. I go with Gonzaga. They get the dub. Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna come down. I don't think it's gonna be like that kind of game where it ends in a bunch of free throws back and forth. I think we're gonna be like kind of blessed with that. It's fast paced the whole time. But yeah, Thea, what are your thoughts? What's your prediction?
I basically made my mind up last night that if Gonzaga wins this semifinal game, they're gonna win the whole thing. Because I didn't think that Baylor or Houston were, I guess, viable. And on the same note, I didn't think UCLA actually would put up the fight that they did, but they proved themselves. And like you said earlier, Joe, give credit where credit is due. But I'm gonna have to take Gonzaga in this one. Like you guys were saying, Jalen Suggs is unreal. And I think the final score will be somewhere in the 80s. I'd say 88 to 80.
Yeah, I think Gonzaga wins in a narrow margin. I see 71-68. I see a pretty defensive game, but still more defensive than a
Now, I also see Gonzaga winning, but just for the sake of a little bit of diversity, I'm gonna make a Baylor prediction that they win 73 to 68.
fucking do that.
No, actually, Ethan, you're not crazy, man. Like, I
73 to
also-
68 Baylor.
Okay.
I let me preface that by saying I think Gonzaga will win, but I'm just gonna throw that one out there.
I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I think Gonzaga is the better team, but like we've seen it. It's March. Anything can happen. It's April. Oh, it's March Madness. Anything can happen. I got Baylor to shock the world, 80 to 76.
Shout out our boy Cam Mudd, big Baylor fan. Too bad he's gonna be crying tomorrow night when they lose.
Yeah, it would be really funny though if like Baylor actually stomped Gonzaga, because like
We get shit on.
like it'd be funny. Like not even that. Like,
I don't
I
think
think
it's
it's kind of
impossible.
funny.
Like I don't think it's a possibility. I think if Baylor wins, it's gonna be a close game.
dude, every big game that I predict, it's always the exact opposite outcome. So whatever I say, you just put the money on the other side and you're gonna be rich. So it's gonna probably be better by a lot, but I don't know if that reverses back now.
You see on the you see what Jacob with that hat. Great merchandise coming up. That's what's exciting for you guys.
We also, I mean, I don't want to preview too much, but besides just merchandise, there's some other features that are coming up that some of the members of the team have been working pretty hard on that you should be very excited about. We're taking steps towards legitimizing this operation. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe. Let us know your national championship picks in the comments below. And stay tuned for our reactions to the game after it happens, because I know we're going to have a lot to talk about after watching that game. But with that being said, have a good one, guys. See you next time.
Peace.